For us to continue to give you this valuable content, please like, share, and subscribe. What you need to know about taxes. Welcome back to the 1040 series. In this video, we will covering the second section of the 1040. In this video of the 1040 series, we will be going over the second section of the 1040. Digital assets, standard deduction, and age and blindness. Digital assets. Digital assets are any digital representations of value that are recorded on a cryptographically secured distributed ledger or any similar technology. Digital assets include non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and virtual currencies, such as cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. If a particular asset has the characteristics of a digital asset, it will be treated as a digital asset for federal income tax purposes. You will be reporting the following digital currency if you received the digital assets as payment for property or services provided, a result of a reward or award, mining, staking, and similar activities, and/or a hard fork. You will also report if you received the digital assets as an exchange for property or services, trade for another digital asset, transferred digital assets for free as a bona fide gift, or otherwise disposed of any other financial interest in a digital asset. You have a financial interest in a digital asset if you are the owner of record of a digital asset, or have an ownership stake in an account that holds one or more digital assets, including the rights and obligations to acquire a financial interest, or you own a wallet that holds digital assets.
From the prehistoric bartering system through to medieval coins and Chinese paper notes, practicality and convenience have fueled the evolution of legal tender. It is for those reasons that we have financial institutions, checks, credit and debit cards. Just imagine if we still stored money under the bed and only used physical notes and coins for all our purchases. Unsecure, impractical. Practicality and convenience have also fueled the development of digital assets and digital currencies. Let's first establish that while both digital assets and digital currencies rely on strong cryptography or encryption algorithms to make them extremely secure, there are major differences between the two. Digital assets function like tokens with values that fluctuate according to each asset's market trends and behavior. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital asset and is not issued by an institution or a single administrator. Bitcoin can be sent from user to user on the peer-to-peer Bitcoin network without the need for intermediaries. Digital currency is any currency, that is, existing banknotes and coins, available in digital form with similar features. However, digital currency allows for instantaneous transactions and borderless transfer of ownership. Like traditional money, digital currencies may be used to buy physical goods and services. The management of digital currency can be either centralized, like through central bank issuance, or decentralized, where the control over the money supply can come from various sources. Digital currencies, especially central bank digital currencies, or CBDC, are the next steps in practicality and convenience for legal tender. On a global scale, digital currencies are also a gateway to universal financial inclusion. BIT, using evidence from its M-Money app, currently a digital Barbados dollar, is partnering with regional central banks to issue central bank digital currencies. This will centralize the issuance of digital currencies and make local and regional cross-border digital payments faster, more affordable, more secure, and convenient.
You do not have to report the following digital currency if you are holding a digital asset in a wallet or account, and/or transferring a digital asset from one wallet or account you own or control to another wallet or account that you own or control. You also do not have report the following digital currency if you are purchasing digital assets using US or other real currency, including through the use of electronic platforms such as PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, etc. However, depending on the amount of the transactions during a tax year, you will receive tax forms from the platform to file with your return. Disposed digital asset, which you held as a capital asset, through a sale, trade, exchange, payment, gift, or other transfer. Elect and use Form 8949, capital gain or loss, and report on a Schedule D, or Form 709 in the case of gifts. If you received any digital asset as compensation for services or disposed of any digital asset that you held for sale to customers in a trade or business, you must report the income as you would report other income of the same type. Standard deduction. Depending on your filing status, age, and whether you're disabled would determine your tax liability. If you are married and filing a joint return, you or your spouse can be claimed as a dependent on someone else's return. If you were a dual-status alien, elect, spouse itemizes on a separate return. Or, you file a joint return with your spouse who was a U.S. citizen or resident alien at the end of the tax year, and you and your spouse agree to be taxed on your combined income, do not elect. Age and blindness. If you are married and filing a joint return, and if you or your spouse were born before January 2, 65 years ago, or were blind at the end of the tax season, you will have less of a tax liability. If your spouse died in the current year and would turn 65, elect the option stating your spouse was born before January 2, 65 years ago. Your spouse is considered 65 one day before their birthday. Blindness. If you weren't totally blind as of the last day of the tax year, you must get a statement certified by ophthalmologist or optometrist that you can't see better than 22/100ths in your better eye with glasses or contact lenses, or your field of vision is 20 degrees or less. If your eye condition isn't likely to improve beyond the conditions listed above, you can get a statement certified by ophthalmologist or optometrist to this effect instead. You must keep the statement for your records. If you receive a notice or letter, but you would prefer to have it in Braille or large print, you can use Form 9000, Alternative Media Preference, to request notices in an alternative format including Braille, large print, audio, or electronic. Married filing separately. If your filing status is married filing separately, and your spouse itemizes deductions on their return, elect that your spouse itemizes on a separate return, or you were a dual-status alien. If your filing status is married filing separately, and your spouse was born before January 2, 65 years ago, or was blind, or if your spouse had no income, isn't filing a return, and can't be claimed as a dependent on another person's return. This is the end of the video, Understanding the 1040 series, the second section of the 1040. Go to the next video for section 3 of the 1040. For us to continue to give you this valuable content, please like, share, and subscribe.